The Book of Enoch stands as one of the most enigmatic and controversial collections of ancient writings, a text that was ultimately banned from the canonical Bible, yet claims to tell the lost history of the Nephilim, the cursed offspring produced by the union of humans and the sons of God. Across world mythology, the concept of giant humanoid beings of immense brutality appears repeatedly, from the Jotnar of Scandinavia to the Gigantes of ancient Greece. And in the ancient Levant, Hebrew writers recorded myths of a cursed lineage between angels and women known as the Nephilim. The origins of these beings are traced to Genesis chapter 6, where the sons of God saw that the daughters of man were attractive and took them as wives, producing mighty men of renown. But while the biblical narrative is brief, the Book of Enoch expands upon this forbidden union in startling detail. The text itself is a compilation of at least 5 separate writings stitched together, ranging from the 3rd century BC to the 1st century AD, including the Book of Watchers, the Parables of Enoch, the Book of the Luminaries, the Book of Visions, and the Letter of Enoch. The figure of Enoch, who is mentioned in Genesis as living for 365 years before walking with God and disappearing, serves as the protagonist who navigates these celestial mysteries. The survival of this text is a historical marvel, as it was lost to the West for centuries until rumors surfaced in 1607 when Sir Walter Raleigh, imprisoned in the Tower of London, mentioned a lost text in the land of Sheba, or modern-day Ethiopia, which revealed the courses of the stars. It was not until 1773 that ancient manuscripts were smuggled out of Ethiopia, where the Ethiopian Orthodox Church had preserved the text as canonical, a lineage of preservation confirmed later by the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the mid-20th century. The Book of Watchers, the first section, describes a group of angels led by a chieftain named Shemyaza who descended to earth and succumbed to lust for human women, resulting in the birth of the Nephilim, savage giants who stood as tall as mountains and devoured mankind. The corruption did not end with the giants, as another watcher named Azazel taught humanity forbidden secrets of heaven, including the art of metallurgy for weapons, the crafting of jewelry, and the use of cosmetics, while others taught enchantments, astrology, and the signs of the earth and sun. This influx of divine knowledge caused civilization to advance rapidly, but also unleashed warfare and violence that caused the earth to cry out, prompting the archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Sariel to petition God for intervention. God revealed his plan to cleanse the earth with a great flood and tasked Enoch with delivering a sentence of judgment to the fallen watchers who were imprisoned in a chasm of fire. Enoch travels to the ends of the earth, guided by the angel Uriel, witnessing the prison of the angels and the tree of wisdom near the Garden of Eden, ultimately serving as the intermediary who informs the watchers that their petition for mercy has been denied. The narrative then shifts to the Book of Parables, a section focused on the final judgment and the appearance of a messianic figure identified as the Son of Man, who is destined to overthrow corrupt kings and establish a kingdom of righteousness. This figure, distinct in Enochian literature, parallels the language found in the New Testament, specifically in the Gospel of Mark. Following this is the Book of the Luminaries, which details an intricate solar calendar of 364 days, divided into 4 seasons of 91 days each, a system revealed to Enoch by Uriel that links astronomy with divine order, though it lacks the quarter-day correction found in modern calendars. The text suggests that the movements of celestial bodies were intrinsically linked to the fates of humanity, reflected a worldview where science and religion were indistinguishable. The 4th section, the Book of Visions, contains the animal apocalypse, a symbolic retelling of the history of Israel from the flood to the Maccabean revolt, using animals to represent different nations and figures. Humanity begins as cows, the fallen angels appear as stars that breed with them, and the history of Israel is depicted as a flock of sheep attacked by lions, bears, and eagles, representing the Babylonians, Persians, and Greeks. This allegorical style was a coded way to discuss contemporary politics, specifically the crisis of 167 BC, when the Greek king Antiochus IV Epiphanes desecrated the Jewish temple, forcing Jews to sacrifice pigs and banning circumcision, a trauma that fueled the apocalyptic imagination of the time. The final section, the Letter of Enoch, adopts the tone of a prophet condemning the greed and corruption of the rich, warning that their wealth will not save them from the coming judgment, and promising that the humble will eventually be raised up. Despite its profound influence on early Jewish thought and its direct quotation in the New Testament epistle of Jude, the Book of Enoch was excluded from the biblical canon, likely due to its extreme content regarding fallen angels and its late authorship, which did not align with the established Torah-centric literature of the time. While it faded from Western Christianity as the focus shifted from imminent apocalypse to theological structure under figures like Augustine, it found a permanent home in the Ethiopian Orthodox tradition, preserving a unique window into the spiritual and political anxieties of the ancient world. The legacy of the Book of Enoch remains stamped on religious culture, having popularized the now ubiquitous concept of the fallen angel and provided a bridge between the Old Testament and the apocalyptic expectations that would shape early Christianity.